Alright, what's up guys? Just going to do a bit of a review of the awesome practice we had last night. Um, Pretty much this is just going to be explaining, I guess, more in detail of now that I can actually start and stop what's going on. Can look a bit deeper and explain a bit deeper about what's going on and uh, what we see on the screen in particular, and then just kind of why you know, just kind of why things happen the way they are, and I'll also get into a bit of should it happen and should we be able to do what we were trying to do as well, just so we can understand that a bit better on the comp decision level when you guys are in game. Yeah, don't really have like anything specific to go over. Just more so analyzing what we saw. So with that, let's see what we got here. So we come out on our Ash Sombra that we've been running with the Merciana. So what we're looking for is to preferably we want the high ground so we can set up our staging and engage. Um, which is ideal, but it's that's ideally what we would like to do. But we have to look at their comp and see if we should realistically be able to do that. And we kind of can. So we can see that we have two differences in our comp. Other than that is mirrored. The differences are the Echo over Sombra and Brig over Mercy. So what their comp means is they do have just versus tanks and DPS, they have more brawl potential. If you wanna call it that. Like if they want to go in and charge a spot and decide that they can just brute force and take it, they technically can, right? A bit. Like the Mercy gives us, it's kind of like they can brawl. They're stronger up front, but the second their cooldowns are used, then we're stronger because right, our Mercy doesn't have a cooldown on her damage boost, versus the Echo has a cooldown on sticky bombs and focus beam. So the key is surviving. Really, like if Echo's in the mix, surviving that focus beam and sticky bombs is really what's going to make or break like any engagement. So like the Echo for them is our big danger point. And then we can look at the Brig. The Brig just like we do. She's going to sit there and protect the Ana, making solo dives hard. Doesn't mean we can't solo dive her. Just means that it feels like an Ana's in, right? Monkey could kind of go in by himself, but and pretty easily secure a kill on like the Zenyatta. Um, but the Brig's going to make that less so for the Ana. So it's more of when you're thinking about diving these two, it's whoever is solo attacking the back line. You're thinking more so just to be a distraction and to stop them from doing their job for a couple seconds. You're more than likely not going to get a kill unless you're like we can nano monkey and he can go straight for the Ana. It's still possible. She's going to be able to survive still a long time, but it's certainly doable at that point. But the Brig's going to let her survive for a long time, so still not advised. You're better off like going on the Ash after she's coach gunned or something like that, or just go into the back line and uh, distract the Ana more so than anything. You'll be able to apply a lot of heavy pressure that should relieve resources off of our team because they'll have to focus you if they want to keep their back line alive. Um, So with us, right, we have the Sombra. The Mercy provides the consistent additional damage, so which is really nice. Like over longer fights, we win because we're just outputting more damage between ideally our Monkey and our Ash. Um, we're cool with playing the long game. They want to play the short game with the Echo. They want to burst you down really quick, so they're going to play their game in like intervals go in and out with the echo. Okay, we didn't get what we wanted. Okay, back out. We do it in 5 seconds. Kind of like normal dive things, but like they're gonna stay in and brawl a bit because they have the echo. Like 50, they just want to get someone down a half, right? So echo can burn them down. So the key is surviving that part. If you can survive the focus beam, then uh, the fight is going to tilt in your favor as long as everyone's positioned properly and doing their job. But so with the Sombra, right? We have uh, it's even more opportunistic than most dives, but we have someone that can completely disable the echo. We have someone that can render the monkey completely defenseless, right? Um, we have someone that can, I mean, the Sombra can make Brig fairly useless. No armor packs for the Ana. So like hacking the Brig and then going for the Ana is a pretty big deal. Things like that. So like there are keys when you're running Sombra that when Sombra hacks a certain target, um, that can signal a really big go. So we're playing more patiently. So we have a really patient comp. Um, but then also we also have a comp that thrives over theirs in the long run. So those are some things to think about when you're just looking at these comps in general. So now I think about attacking in that same vein, right? Because they're brawly, we could opt to do the same thing just with a different hero. So maybe as Zenyatta. So we could have run like Ana Zen as well. But that's a very squishy backline, right? But it's something we can do because they don't have a flanker. So Ana Zen can pretty easily survive Monkey Diva for like an extended period. Like they can pretty reliably handle their own. They're going to need help eventually, but they can pretty reliably handle themselves. So an Ana Zen may not have been bad, but it's super greedy and super squishy. So that's like Mercy's kind of that nice in between. She can handle it. She can take care of herself, and she still provides the damage boost, right? But the idea about the Zenyatta is when you throw Discord, like if you want to take an area, you can use that Discord to take over that area because no matter who you like, if you Discord anybody who's in that crates or blue box, you automatically get to take that area. That's just guaranteed because you're just doing more damage than them, and someone's going to die if that person being focused, so they just have to back. So that's kind of the idea with Zenyatta. There are maps where it's a bit better, and this isn't terrible. Like, at least point A just isn't terrible, but Mercy certainly allows us as long as we're focusing on those key things. Cool. Let's see what goes on. So we soft dive up top. That's fine. I guess like just just realize that yeah, we're soft diving. All right, that's what we're doing. Purely soft diving. You're not looking for a kill. If you get a kill, great. But we're not looking for a kill. Just looking for ult charge and scouting and seeing what's up. So Sombra will always be giving us info. Don't have comms on or anything, so don't know if what was said, but just always know these are the parts of the fights. You know, we're soft resetting, we're staging, right? So these are the parts of the fight where you need to be giving us info on who's where. And just for example, just telling the team that they gave up crates, right? So it's free to move crates. So just things like that. And then we can see that Monkey Ash are on, or Monkey Diva on blue box. We don't know where Ash is, and we see where Echo is. So like those are the kind of things you want to be scouting out. And then if you can see the Ana Brig in the back, right? So now we know where 5 out of the 6 of them are. And so if we see something like this, right? Like we want blue box, they're not really defending it too well, so we can see if we can go take it. They're always like if they want to just disengage and re-engage, they're going to be able to do that, right? That's the pro of their comp having a mobile hero and a sniper versus we have a mobile hero too, but she can't move vertically, not like Echo can. So they can just re-engage really quick if they want to and take it. It's okay to give that up. Just like remember, we want damage over time. So like the longer that fight on blue box goes, we win because of the Mercy damage boost. Um, So it's okay to give it up real quick and just keep rediving there. So in this instance, we can play one of two ways for our Sombra. Our Sombra can stay up here, which she does, and and just keep focusing to help with the DPS and focus tanks and to farm EMP. That's also fine. So in that case, like if that's what he's wanting to do, Mercy, you could consider also damage boosting your Sombra to help him get EMP faster. That's something we could also do. And then number two, if we see like what's going on right now, we can see this lovely, lovely line right here. That actually, let me make sure I actually have space for this recording. What's his left? Yeah, 588 gigs. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so we can see right here this line leading back to their Ana shows that she is healing, and you can see that she's free to heal. So Sombra, that's something you could also look into if we so choose. If uh we could make the choice to distract their Ana, and so like what you're thinking then, Sombra, is to set up shop closer to her, right? Because you're not going to be able to distract her for too long, right? Because of Brig. But you can keep distracting her repeatedly by setting up shop somewhere close. So you could set up shop back here on this mega, and so you can just keep repeatedly running up to her and just distracting her. You could also set up shop back here at this mini as well. So just get creative with where you want to set up, and that way you can easily just keep distracting her. So like at that point, you're not gonna get a lot of alt charge, but you're distracting her. So like maybe if they're running like a Lucio or a Zenyatta, that's might be the play, right? To just keep bothering both of them because you're you're a decent threat to them at that point. But Brig, you know, with Brig back there, the play might be to just help your team take blue box here. So, so, but those are the two ways we could look to play this comp. So we take Krace, good job. Always thinking take space in increments. All right, so we put pressure. So right now, we're damage boosting and healing the Ashe. That's fine, but also consider healing or damage boosting the Monkey as well. I like your positioning's really good here, Taco. Just you're in the fight but out of the fight, which is what I like to say. You're invincible in there, which is awesome. But we can also see like this space is free because we've conquered it, right? That's the benefit of taking crates is we now own this space. So it wouldn't so don't also be afraid to come here and sit down here and damage boost the Monkey as well. Um, just something to also consider. Like our Ashe threw the dynamite, so now she's still like damage boosting her is still great value, right? Especially if she can still see that backline because that's still a one shot on to anyone that she sees if she's looking at them. Um, but also, so just kind of like gauge what's going on, and if you see that the tanks are in a heavy brawl up here, yeah, you can damage boost the tanks to help them win that brawl up there, and let them know that as well. So I imagine they're going to reaggress soon because they should want blue box as well. Yeah, so they're going to reaggress. So. Cool. And so this is this is always the casualty that they're going to run, the risk of what they're going to run, right? Their Echo yeah, gets caught in the crossfire and probably dies here. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. So now they can't take this back anymore, right? We have the like if you look at what we have besides Mercy, right? Besides Mercy, everything is mirrored except for our Sombra, who that's not the reason why we get to keep blue box. Um, we have, you can see that they have Winston, Diva, and Ashe are the only people that can like effectively control blue box, and same for us, right? So the missing link is our Mercy. Like she's the reason why we get to keep blue box, because if they decide to mono us, we win now. Like before Echo uses Focus Beam, they win the mono, but now Echo is dead. They cannot take this blue box back, right? So now, so like the fight, this 5 seconds before Rav, us, we see you trying to take blue box. Correct decision, just a bit of a wrong time, right? No one died on that engagement, or like they didn't show that they were letting up at all on the engagement. They backed off. Um, but they could have regressed whenever, and they did. So um, they were able to take it, and you reacted quickly and got out of dodge. But just know that like without a significant disadvantage, there's no reason for them to give up blue box. But now they cannot physically take it. If they decide to take it, they just whoever decides to jump up here has to back off. So now we can take blue box and set you up on blue box. So now Sombra for you. Um, we can like we're in the whole point of all this, right, is to get within hard dive range, right? We can't hard dive from here, but we can hard dive from here. So now Sombra, if you were sitting here helping win this fight, right, the fight's won, right, up here. So now we need to set up for the dive portion. And naturally you would think would be up here somewhere, then dive with your Winston Diva. So set up for that. Just yeah, set up for that, or like that's just one part. You could always it's always opportunistic, right? I don't want like that's not something that's just always going to happen. It just depends on where they're playing. Any of your hacks on the tanks can call a dive, right? Because they're now just immobile and decently squishy enough for the characters that we have. So like up here is where you would normally go. But also if for some reason you see Monkey alone on the ground like he is right now, he jumps. But if he was just sitting there on the ground and you think you're able to get a hack on him by sneaking here and then just decloaking and hacking him from here, that's also just as fine, right? Like anything what you want to do is anything to secure a kill. And supports are naturally the targets just because they're squishy and they're really important. But if they're going to gift you an advantage, you just take it. So, but now you're looking for, like before you were just looking for ult charge. Now is the phase we're looking for kills. So, but like here, again, like you play comps to play them the way that, the heroes are, to the hero's strengths to gain some type of advantage. The whole game is about getting advantages over the enemy comp and using map control and good timing, etc. But none of that matters because if they're just going to gift you an advantage, it just doesn't matter, right? Your comp doesn't matter. You don't have to find that advantage. They gave it to you, so you just take it. Here, they're giving you the advantage by contesting blue box when they physically do not have the DPS to do so. So this is just kill somebody, right? And our Ana lands an anti. Yeah, unfortunately, we probably won't get the kill. Our Diva's gone, so that's a lot of our DPS gone. Which I mean, like, not to say that's a bad choice. I'll explain right now though exactly like why I guess it is a bad choice, but because we hadn't talked about it, we didn't do something crucial before actually attempting blue box, and that's moving cart. So the reason blue box is important is because it allows you to soft dive this area here. It allows you to soft dive this area here and gives you map control or ability to get to all of these places, right? But there's no point of us in having blue box when cart's not right here. So when we take crates, cart is the next priority to get to around this corner. Really, like around this corner to wherever they decide to not let you push. And then we want to take blue box after that. So if we had already taken blue box, our diva would be here, and then we would be able to reaggress on this monkey more confidently and probably kill him. And then that's fight win after that because they just have diva. So it's 6v4 after that. But it's fine. Summer dies, unfortunate. Yeah. We get the rest. Cool. And so both teams are fighting blue box heavily. That's good. It's that important. Good try. Alright, what happens here? Not sure. I guess we don't know that the monkey's here. I'm not sure, but we should have seen this monkey, right? He's a lone monkey on blue box. There's no reason to go dive their supports. It's a lone monkey on blue box. We just hard focus him at this point. Like that, we have enough here to kill a solo monkey who's half HP. So this is just awareness on our part. This is like, again, if you only need to like do the fancy stuff like diving supports and such if you're trying to find an advantage. They gave you an advantage. We just take it. Like if you forget everything else, right? This is what we call feeding. This is the definition of feeding and throwing. Is you're giving them the advantage that they don't have to work for. So they gifted us an advantage there. And we lose Mercy because of it. So we get blue box. I imagine only temporarily though.
Time to raise my APM.
Nice. Yeah, again, feeding, right? So we don't even have to do anything fancy. They're just kind of throwing themselves at us. So now you can see what blue box control looks like, and it's super impressive to the enemy team. So this is what we're looking for. We, under no circumstances, want to give this up, if possible. Like, soft give it up, sure, but like we're always fighting for this position. It's complete control over point A. Oh no. Cool. So my first question is going to be, were we booped down from boot box, or did we jump? Oh, whip shot. Okay. That was a nice play by their Brig. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad at all. It just happens. So now if you find yourself in that position, the next best spot is back here. So, playing one of these corners. More than likely this corner, so you have an easier rotation back up here. And you don't have to cross into line of sight, right? So you want to play this corner, generally. So it just, if you find yourself in that position again. And it's going to happen. Better teams will force us and will do things like that. Diva will boop you off and such. And all that jazz, right? So it's going to happen. That's a fairly common thing that's going to happen. So if you find yourself in that position, let your team know, and you guys make sure, because they will come for your Ana if she's here. So just be prepared to protect her over there. Okay, we trade. We get their monkey, they get our Ana. So yeah, nothing more here. They're just, yeah, it's just DPS at this point.
Do something! Do something!
And so it turns into a pretty big scrap. Yeah, nothing really divey happens here. This is just target focus. They're down, and you just keep target focusing. this should be nothing more than just attacking the same target over. Oh, cool. That one worked out pretty well. Let's see if anything else interesting happens on the other ones. I don't know which watch point it is. Which? I guess that would be the latest.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Time to raise my APM.
Oh.
Attackers incoming.
Alright, so defense now. Yeah, so where we're set up, we're pretty good, as we talked about before. Ana set up on blue box instead of crates, just because that's where the action's happening, right? This is the spot there where they want to take, so you don't want to be there. You want to be able to set up to defend the spot that they're wanting to take. So yeah, just sitting over here at blue box is fine. The common threat to watch out for is just be prepared to dip behind here as you're staring hard at this to see if there are widows over here or something. So your Sombra, if we're running Sombra, should be able to scout that out. Should let you know, but just in case we're not running a Sombra or someone that can scout, just be prepared for that. That's a very common widow rotation. But other than that, yeah, look like we're looking set up pretty good. I would say you could peek even wider Ash. Get some early shots in, get some early, see if you can see a squishy early, so you could be around here. It's fine, because you have, like, the sight line isn't that open from spawn, and your coach gun distance, you can coach gun back this way very easily. So you can start here just to see if you can get some shots on a squishy, easy opener here. Could be an easy opener for the match. Alright, so see you use Kulo boosters there, Kulo, don't do that. Like this is nothing, no need for cooldowns besides maybe bubble, right? Bubble, DM, things like that, but using your cooldowns there, right? If they saw that, they could engage on that, especially with, like, they have an echo, right? So they have the DPS to burn you before you get your boosters back. So this is purely just soft engaging. I'm not sure if Monkey should be here as well. Like, it's good for him too, I think. It's just the awkwardness is that if he gets in any kind of trouble, right, he can't jump out, is the thing. Diva can boost her out, so, like, she's fine here. I don't know. Because he won't be able to jump out this way. I don't know, I need to watch some footage and remember how that, if a lot of monkeys sit up there, because it's got to be really awkward to back out. Because if they were able to hard engage, because some sim TP, a lot of teams will sim TP their brawl comp up here and then rush, right? And if they do that, that's a kill. Those are deaths there. So I'm not sure if monkey should be here or not. I'm gonna have to look at that. It's fine if if we know that they're gonna run out on dive, but you know, you don't always know that. Alright, so they try and take this, that's fine. This is why we don't want Ana here. Nice sleep though. Oh, that nade would have been so clutch. He still dies, so yeah, that's bad on their part. Good job damage boosting monkey there. So like that's what they're looking for especially when your Ashes use dynamite, just be keeping an eye on your tanks and just seeing if they're in the thick of it, right? Damage boosting your Winston is a lot of value because we want Winston primal every 2 fights, if not more, if not sooner. So, so we're healing Phantom. That's so like your Ana's still alive, right? And your Ana's still alive, and the fight's not going on. Leave the healing to her. We want you damage boosting because our Ashes hit a fat dynamite. Does it kill the Echo? No, but it could have, right? She was really low. So who knows? Stuff happens. They're running BAP on. I'm not sure why they're doing that. That's throwing, but whatever. like what you're doing, Sombra.
Routing target.
So here, if we wanted, we let them move cart, right? But there's no reason to anymore. We're up one, so we could have stopped cart right here. And sure, they would have been back quickly to recontest. But like if we sit here and hold cart, right? Um, one, they're out in the open. We probably like if we look at this, we probably could have gotten more kills. We probably could have nearly team wiped them. Like, we got a kill, right? So, like, sure, this whole thing is posturing, but kills happen still in a posture, right? It can, and this was a fatal mistake, but it should never happen, but it did. So now this is attack mode. Like, this is a fight win now. Like, we go, right? So we can stop card here, and we go, look, this is a dive. Just call a dive on any one of these targets and focus them. Monkey's not going to be back for 10 seconds, right? So go kill somebody. So this is a we go. But we give them all this card push that they did not deserve. They didn't earn that card push. So we absolutely could have stopped that. So it's like the monkey kill never happened at this point. Alright, so no need to booster there, Carlo. Could have just walked off. So we stopped card here, right? But it's like we stopped card at the spot where it was going to happen anyway, even if we didn't kill their monkey, right? So we could have made them refight for all this. Again, just burning another 20-30 seconds off the clock, right? So just be more aggressive there. We had that. Good focus down here. Yep. So like this is fine, right? They haven't taken over blue box, so absolutely don't give this up. So I like that you stayed here, Nox, and just didn't retreat. There's no way in hell we give that up. Not for free. Yeah. And so we talked about it, Ana. So you could. So here's where. Here's where technically what I said makes Ana's rotation technically the right call if he's just straight up thinking, going off of what I said, which is be in position to hold crates. They haven't taken crates. Like they're starting to now. But before, right, this whole time they haven't taken crates. Crates is just straight up ours. It looks like they have it now. Right. But like we're still in position to take crates if we want to and fight for this. Like we don't have to give it up. They're like we have our Ashe who completely zones out their Echo. Like this is this is not where Echo wants to be. And so we can fight for crates and their ashes and spawn. So like we can still fight for crates. We don't want to just because like they're at a disadvantage. Don't just give it up. The reason you give up crates is because everyone's at the same advantage and they're moving cart, right? So we have to back up. But they are at a disadvantage. We don't have to give them this free space if we don't want to. So we don't. We have the advantage here, so which makes Rav's rotation actually correct. It happens, well, not late. He got knocked off and had to rotate. But here's where like the game changes a bit. Cart's here, which means right when the reason you win maps in Overwatch is because objective. So where the objective is positioned is important. If the objective was back here, right, they are forced to stay back here if they want to move the objective. If they decide to leave the objective and fight up here, well, they're not actually completing the game. Like, of course, dive doesn't always focus on the objective, but the thing is that if objective was here, right, there's no threat over here. But now, because the cart is over here, we have to play back a bit in order to not let the objective be under threat of being moved from under our noses, right? Like they really wanted to, D.Va could just walk under here and push cart while we're back here and doing things, right? So like that's why we have to be on the back foot just a tad. Like we can still attack crates, but before, when cart's over here, that means this is an area that we could possibly hang out. But because cart's over there, this is not an area we can no longer easily hang out at, right? We have to watch and guard this area a bit more. Um, so because of that, so it's like before we could attack crates and here, but now we can no longer just like we can no longer like ignore back here, right? So it's like some resources need to be ready to go back there, which kind of moves the playing field a bit to the back. So even though like we still have control of crates, Ana can still position here, back here, because she can still see blue box and part of crates. So like the fact is like Ana could hold blue box because over here was an option for us to play in. So Ana needed to hold blue box for us to be able to move around all over here, right? But since that's kind of not really a play anymore, it is, but it's not like the play anymore. Now more of the playing, not more of point A is vulnerable to our needing our attention. So now more of the stuff is going to happen at blue box crates and back here. So Ana needs to sit back here, and because like their team's not going to be focused, our team's not going to be focused on here anymore. So Ana doesn't need to cover here, um, essentially. So that just because of like that reasoning, the rotation back up here isn't needed. Um, but like the thought does still hold that we could like if you were to sit here and because they legitimately can't take crates as long as we're contesting it, then it's not the wrong play. It's an aggressive play, that's what it is, and that's not necessarily the wrong play, especially now that they're going to keep 5v6ing us. It's like it ends up being an awesome play because I mean, Nox just kills somebody. So like now they're 4v6. So now they're 5v6 again because their Ashe finally rejoined. But you can see like they can't do anything, right? Imagine if Cart was still back here, right? The game would be so much harder for them right now if we had stopped Cart right here.
Time to raise my
Yeah. And so I'm not sure if Ana called it. I'm pretty sure I would imagine he called that he's rotating. Just know like your Ana's out of the mix, right? Remember, Mercy, you're there to heal when you're there to heal the people your Ana can't, and right now your Ana can heal no one. So now your job should be to make sure everyone's healed, right? So just being aware that our diva needed you on crates, because like she's fine to stay crates. Even Monkey's fine to stay up here on crates. Again, like we don't want to just give this up. So it would have been nice for him to stay on crates instead of having to leave it because he's low. Not sure why he went to go get the Mega when you're right beside him, but hey, what do I know? So now they get to take crates for free, right? Like they're back in full force. They get to take crates for free. That's not what we want. We could have made them fight for that space.
I'm feeling unstoppable.
All right. So even now, so like again, we don't want to fight for blue box, and part of why Ashe is being played over Widow is because of her anti-dive potential. So this could have been a Coach Gun the Winston back off of here instead of the Coach Gun to retreat, right? Which is, you know, it's fine. It's a safer play, right? But you could have gotten more aggressive with that Coach Gun and not let him take blue box at all, right? And that then it becomes a wasted nano. Well, that would have been like such a high value play, but it's cool. Like also just giving it up is not, again, it's not the wrong play. We can just retake as you guys were talking about, but also, you know, just remember, right? They have the Echo and the Ashe, so like if they want to bully us, they can and just force themselves to take it. Um, but after Echo uses her focus beam, then she like right, we're stronger in the long run. So just know that that's your win condition, and that's what we need to be watching out for. But also, so we haven't talked about like alts at all. Straight up, if you guys have EMP, you bow to no one. You you can all like no, like there's no way in hell you give up blue box if you have EMP. You just straight up go kill someone, EMP anybody, and just dive onto them. Like that's a hard EMP is a hard dive 100% of the time if you hit the right targets. So I want you to be really aggressive with your EMPs. just call for a play, even if it's EMPing two people, do it and kill them. Like that's a fight win, right? Doesn't have to be fat. Just fine. Like you guys are the dive. You guys are dive, so just straight up go on to someone. Um, cool. All right. So we had talked about the. I don't know. Is this where the awesome Valk happens? Maybe I'm not sure. I don't remember. But Valk is also used for like can help in these times, right, where we want to uh, take a space back, which you call for. I think you know you were calling for to let them know when they're retaking it. So the Valkyrie, which is perfect. I just want to reiterate that again, right? Uh, when you guys want to retake the space, you guys Valkyrie and you damage boost, and that's 30% damage boost to everybody, or I think it's just 30. I don't remember. And that's going to let you take whatever space you want. Um, make sure you get your it's really crucial that you get your Ash Dynamite in that though if you guys are retaking, so just make sure you damage with the Ash Dynamite and make sure you can retake with Dynamite. It's a really strong AoE right now until they nerf it. And then Bob, you're linking about Bob to, especially on defense, to stall point. Bob is a point pressure ult. It's really good, especially in dive, but it's also a point pressure ult. That's just when you guys like maybe you see your tanks low and they can't contest cart. So like if your tanks are low and they don't have ults, because you know tanks just get a second life when they have their ults, Monkey D.Va do. Um, you can use Bob to act as that tank for your team, so your Monkey and D.Va can get topped up to regress onto the point. So that's what you're thinking with Bob, as well as just a tempo shift. Like if the fight's on the net, on the edge, and you guys need something that's shifted in your favor, Bob's fine there as well. So those are like the two most common uses for Bob. Um, so they're running BAP Ana as well. Do not be afraid to straight up solo dive the back line, like no brig, right? Straight up, do not be afraid to solo dive the back line and nano monkey solo dive Ana. That's a perfectly acceptable play because that's going to force them to either A, peel, B, lose their Ana. Um, Ana does not survive that. Um, so. Like they don't have the brig, so like that's the thing. The brig would allow Ana to stay alive for a lot longer, but BAP not so much. Especially with your bubble, right? He would have to get into your bubble to heal, and by that time you've eaten the Ana alive. Bomb and dive is more so used so you can uh make riskier plays. So like you could as well, if you see someone alone, so and it's fairly dangerous, you could solo dive someone trying to make a play, and then if it doesn't happen, you use your bomb to remake. It's something that it's very like is what bomb is mostly used for, is for remaking actually, not to get kills. But you absolutely can. Um, and then also is to make space again for the same thing like Bob, right? It's just not as effective as Bob, but it does the same thing. If your tank monkey is low, maybe you don't have Bob, and you need cart you need this space, whatever space to be cleared. Maybe your Ana's being threatened. You can bomb your Ana, right, to clear whatever threat off of her is, right? It's used to clear a space. So you can clear cart, you can clear your Ana, you can clear your monkey, whatever's going on. If they hit an EMP but you didn't get hit, you could bomb so they can't capitalize immediately off that EMP, and maybe your team can run to safety real quick and let the EMP wear off, kind of deal, right? So think about bomb as being able to do something risky and to make space. You're not really looking at it to make kills. Um, if you are looking at it to make kills, you know, just if you're doing that, you better make sure like it's an actual decent percentage of actually happening. Because in dive using bomb, right, everyone's mobile, right? So bomb is just so hard to actually hit. Um, so just make sure like you actually see, you know, someone static out of position. Maybe you see Ash with no coach gun and she has nowhere to go, and maybe see Ana's out of position, etc. Right? So just be mindful of that. And also if they're running Baptiste, you got to make sure he doesn't have drone, or else it's just a throw, right? So make sure make sure drone is out.
Defense switch activated.
So cool, weathering the storm. So I know I guess you were staging there somewhere, not sure, but you have EMP, right? So what you're thinking, unless you're going in for a kill, there's no need to really poke, unless you're finding a hack on someone that's just an easy and obvious target, right? We always would like to win the fight without ults if we can. So like always using abilities to find the easy kills is what we would like. But other than that, there's no reason for you to decloak and start shooting people, right? You have your ultimate, so you shooting is not going to do anything but get you killed, or make you or force yourself to translocate out. So just hide, scout, and tell the team where you want them to attack when you EMP. That's it. You have EMP, pop it. Use it to win this fight. So just coordinate with your team now. No need to decloak. Coordinate with your team who you're EMPing. This is a fat EMP, like legit. Just right here. And actually, I mean, I guess right here you could sit here and EMP and get 4. But even if they weren't there, these two, all right. This is you disable Echo flying. You disable Ash Coach Gun. Your team dives and kills these two. Who cares about Monkey Diva? Kill these two, right? And then now the fight's won. So like this is these are the opportunities that we're okay with EMPing with dive. These are perfectly fine. That is a fat EMP, just hitting those two up there. Hitting those two, these two, like these two are last priority, but these two, like squishies, is what we want to kill. So it looks like we want to retake blue. That's fine, especially because like I'll just Monkey Diva here, so we too. That's fine. Perfectly acceptable. See how easy they melt. So we could have seen like we had 2 sets of 2s, like we had 3 sets of 2s that we could have EMP'd, and it would have been much easier to hit the squishies, right? Just because like to kill the squishies. Luckily the tanks were already low, so it made them basically squishies, but we could have EMP'd the team of 2 up here, the Echo and the Ash, and then the team of 2 down there, like either one, right? We would prefer squishies, but yeah. What's up, Katie? How you doing?
Hi, you know you're alone in the voice chat, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just recording. Like
Oh,
if people want to hop in, they're always hop in. But yeah, I'm just recording the VOD for people to watch.
that makes sense.
Yep.
Watching the VOD.
What's up? What's that?
Saying hello to the people who are watching the VOD.
All my lovely fans. All probably 2 of them. Good job cleaning up that fight.
Excuse me for dropping in.
All right. New staging phase. Sombra go be scouting and getting ult charge. Right. We don't need you back here. Go scout and get ult charge. We don't like you. Get out of here. We want you scouting. And Diva as well. So we heard Ash use coach. So something to take note of.
Rallying towards forward barrier.
Cool. Sombra's there now. Alright, cool. So posturing where we are is fine because the it's because the threat of cart. The thing is they don't have to go to crates anymore. Right? They had to go to crates before because cart was back here. But now they can just walk underneath and dive us if they want and then take blue blocks from here. So they like crates is kind of a because where cart is, it's just the value is less now. So we don't need crates anymore. Well, they don't need crates anymore. So it's okay to
I
pop
got a
blue
hog
blocks.
now.
Am I muting yourself, Kitty? Hey, Ralph, what's up, dude?
What
Come on.
did
Good
I
job
miss?
getting. What's up?
Did I miss the review?
No, I'm only 54 minutes into it.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
don't say sorry,
I
dude. You got a life. That's fine.
was working until 8:30.
Yeah, dude. No, you're good. You got a life, man. Don't worry about it. That's why it's always recorded. How's work?
It was good. I mean, it wasn't, but
Oh.
like like it was my first like real shift, not just a learning shift, not just like
Yeah.
like I was expected to be there and be on it. And one of the girls called out because she thought that I was capable of being there by myself, and the managing tech was like, no. And she like left in the middle of her shift.
Oh,
So
she fired?
probably. I mean, she's taken off the schedule at least for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's basically insubordination.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm
Sorry to hear you had a rough day.
no, it's just meant more hours. I was only supposed to work 4. I ended up working 6.5.
Hey, money, money, money.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I keep telling my boss I need more hours.
Nice.
Show him I'll take him if he gives them to me.
So yep. Hey, so you work your way up the chain.
Yup.
Cool, dude. Hope
It'll
it
be
works out
quick
for you.
me.
Yeah, hope it works out for you, man.
Thanks. So what are we looking at? Defense.
Currently our defense. Yeah, we already did our attack for a bit, so now we're looking on the defense. So, you guys are looking good.
Except for Phantom Feeder.
Except for Phantom, you know. So good. Alright, so they're posturing blue. And so like I said earlier, Sombra isn't the one that really helps us keep blue. So like if we actually want to stay blue, like remember, this whole time she hasn't been helping us keep blue anyway. That's not her job. But if they like again, if they want to, they have the echo. They can brute force their way here for a limited time, right? The thing is about echo focus beam that we have to survive. If you survive focus beam, because we have Mercy who gives us the consistent 30% damage over time on someone, right? We win the long fight on blue box. So it's all about surviving echo focus beam and the burst damage she can do. So like we don't win this mono we mono until she uses that, and after she uses that, then we win mono we mono because we have the Mercy. So that's what we're looking at here. It's like so it's okay if it feels like we have to give up blue. If we have to give up blue, it's probably because Echo did a lot. And that's just what's going to happen. That's what should happen if they're running the comp correctly. But we have a comp that can reaggress blue pretty easily because of our Mercy. So that's what makes Mercy a decent pick here, and that's that's her role in this, is to help us have that consistent damage over time to be able to take these spots at least into what their comp is.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
What is their thinking behind the BAB?
I said in the beginning of the defense that is a throw pick.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's what I thought. Just like looking at it, it looks totally and completely out of place.
Like if I were to try and make something of it, like if anytime you're running BAP on, it's not for double heals. It's for one of them to use their utility and the other one to heal.
right.
And usually it's for Ana to only save nades for antis, which I mean, like it's very powerful. It can work. Right? Ana anti is an ultimate, so it can work. So now, like if I'm trying to make sense of Baptiste, it's for Ana to probably push cart and look for antis. Ironically, there's no need for her to, like, she can baby be upstairs and try to throw a nade, but once she throws a nade, like that's it, right? She's essentially useless.
Right.
So, but with the Baptiste drone could just lock us out of blue box forever. Well, not forever, but like it could always guarantee that they get blue box for 5 seconds. Like it can, well, for that first poke fight of blue box. Like we've already seen, like we've been aggressing, then backing off, aggressing. Like both teams have just been aggressing, backing off of blue box. But in hopes of maybe getting it, but Baptiste could ensure that they always get it. Like their first aggression is always a mini fight win for them because of drone, because they just can't be
Gotcha.
killed, and so they're just going to win damage over time if Baptiste does his drone correctly. Like we just have limited life and they have infinite life for 5 seconds. So that's the only thing I can see why Baptiste would work here. Other than that, he doesn't. So I'm not sure. Like he's not even a good pick to keep the Rana alive. Like Brig is much better. So
Right.
it's yeah. That's the only reason I could see Baptiste here. It's yeah. I would like to hear their thoughts on that if there were any. I don't know. Could just be comfort picks. Like I don't know. I don't know how their team runs.
What the fuck is this experimental card?
It's it's great except for Roadhog. Except for no Roadhog. I think it's great. I like the direction they're taking the game. It's just not sure why Roadhog decides to be invincible even longer now. But I think it's great. Like they're toning down DPS and they're toning down heals, so the game feels a bit slower, and you don't feel just so bad. Just running, just getting burst down because you were 2 feet out of position. Like that should only happen at the highest levels, not at silver and gold. You know, so like
Yeah.
it just feels better. I'm sure. I haven't played it
But
yet, but
they're
I assume it feels better.
but keeping Hog as
Yeah, that's
a one shot hero from
is
100
freaking
miles away.
insane. Yeah, it's like it's not bad that he's a one-shot hero. It's that you can't kill him when he does it. Because a tank flanking should be a dead tank, and Hog gets to freaking get away with it all the time
Yeah.
because he has what 1,000 HP with Take a Breather,
Yeah.
if not more because of the damage reduction. Like it's stupid. Like why, right? So it's just it's not something you. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they just want to leave Hog like he is.
I don't
So.
understand the ammo reduction on Ana.
And just lowering heals across the board. That's what they're doing. So like it's not a. I think that's what she used to have. So it's not like it's technically a nerf, but it's more just a revert.
Yeah.
So like and same for Kree, right? He used to be this new Kree that we have is we call Machine Gun Kree. So this is they're just reverting him back to what he was. So like it shouldn't feel bad. It's gonna feel bad because he's been out for this way for a bit. But like it's just what Kree used to be. So it's just
I
gonna
like
be.
the Moira.
Of course you do.
No, but I mean, like honestly, like it means a little bit more to like when you're know when you're puffing. Like
Have you seen the regeneration rate? It's insane. You just can't run out of heals anymore. If you run out of heals now,
well, but they increased the consumption rate.
yeah, but it's for anyone who
And
has
the
any semblance of resource management. You're just
right,
not gonna run out.
as long as you're sucking all the
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
it's crazy, dude. Like,
they'll drop that if they
I think
put
so.
it
They have
through.
to.
But
They have
and
to.
they'll have to change her old gen too.
Yeah,
Because
they
I
will.
actually think the healing per second increase, even if it's only over 2 seconds, because of the way she heals, it's her ult is still going to gen even faster.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
I don't. What do I know? I don't play the hero. I only have 90 hours on it. I probably
I
have more time on Ana than some of the fucking pros who play her in Overwatch League or on Moira. More time than fucking Crimzo, that's for sure.
Ouch.
Okay, I'm gonna go put my pizza in the oven.
All right, dude. Yeah, so fat dynamite certainly hurts. Um, so just only gonna get into like me like I don't want to get always hit too much on the personal stuff, the individual stuff, but like just realize Colo, you don't have to boost her out, right? You can just drop. Um, just get used to knowing where you're safe. You guys own this, right? You can just drop. Where did boostering out get you, right? Didn't get you anywhere. Like you could have just dropped and been fine, and now you would still have your boosters, assuming you didn't die, to be able to possibly regress on something that maybe your Sombra calls out, right? So just get used to not always boostering out when you can just walk to a place. So cool, we have to temporarily give it up. We did lose our diva. We don't have our Sombra, so we're in the position they found themselves in. We can't fight this, so just give up space, right? We're okay to regress at a better time. They aggress on us, so we have no heals. And Vod ends, great. Do they cap point? Do we C9? That was on our C9. Yeah, no. Well, I don't know though. So yeah, the VOD just ends. Cool.
Yay, replay viewer.
Yay, replay.
Can't even see my 4K suck at the end of Volskaya, man.
Oh really? Oh. Let's just see. This is what Overwatch feels about Moira.
I already knew. It's fine. I'm trying to get the Ana hours up. One day, it will overtake the Moira hours. It's only 20 away right now.
Dude, it feels so good when I pass Mercy with my Ana. Oh, I already have it. Okay. Not gonna do Nungani because it still dives like that same type of dive stuff a bit. I don't know.
Taco.
Hey, Taco. So we've already well, I can go over it.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, dude?
sorry, I had to plug my mic in.
Are you good? All right, so
What did I
we're
miss?
just did some watch point Gibraltar stuff. Now I'm taking a look at Volskaya.
Oh,
It's all
I
recorded
wasn't
though.
even in that one.
On watch point? Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't in
Oh, Volskaya.
Volskaya.
No, yeah. But it's still brick stuff. So
Yeah.
yes. All right, so we are giving up choke, which isn't a bad thing, but know that you can still contest it a bit if we so desired. I only say that because we can see where our Doom is positioned, and we went over this. This is not the safest of spots for the Doom reason of he can't escape anywhere. Doom has to use both the cooldowns to get in and do damage, then his last one to get out. And the thing is, he can't retreat to his team anywhere. So this is why the spot isn't good. But if we wanted to do something like this, you totally could. Just know that it would take all of us actually hard diving outside of this choke. So it's not an impossibility, but it's something that we could do. But holding and starting here is fine because you certainly don't want to give up huts so soon. But I would say that Colo, you could have been in the window to scout and see what they have. Yes, we knew they were running dive, but we want to get in the habit of always scouting, finding a place to scout with D.Va. So you could have been in the window or in the choke or down here in the choke to scout and tell your team what they're running. Alright, so with Genji Doom, we don't have so like we're looking for burst damage with the Doom, so we want to be giving our Doom a lot of opportunities to get in there and get out, so it changes the thinking a bit with the Sombra Ashe. We're more so playing the long game and just spending and trying to just give time for our Ashe to work aggro and for Sombra to find hacks and her own picks and stuff. So we're kind of just playing a bit slower. But with here, because of the way Doom works and just because Genji he also needs opportunities he needs opportunities made for him. He can't make his own opportunities because he just doesn't do that kind of DPS. He doesn't have attacks that can do that. Anything that he does is damage over time, like just chip damage over time. So with that being said, with the way Doom works, he has to get in and get out in one shot, right? He has to he's in and then he's out. Um, so we want to stall the enemy comp's progression as much as possible, which means repeated distractions, repeated attacks. So we could have, say, sat our Doom in here or in here, and we could have very well have attacked him right here, right, on either one of these sides. Alright, so we could have maybe even staged, like, ironically, we could have staged just right here, right? And if we didn't like what we saw, then we could just jump back behind here if we didn't like what we saw, or jump elsewhere, right? But we could have staged here, we could have staged, not really up top because you can be seen. But the idea is to, like, be giving your Doom many opportunities to do his combos and to find punches on squishies. So, which means not letting them run around willy-nilly, but stuffing them at certain points to give your Genji and Doom time to farm while they're approaching point. So when they do approach point, then now it's like with the previous comps, it wasn't really about ping-ponging card. It was more so taking space and then using that space to just wipe the enemy team. Here, right, you're not going to wipe anyone with damage over time, right? Because we only have one person who does damage over time, and it's very minimal damage over time in Genji. And then Doom just doesn't do damage over time. He either kills or he doesn't, right? So now you're more so giving your Doom time to find those kills by ping-ponging point, ping-ponging an area, etc. So that's more so what we're thinking with this comp. So we do have the Brigs in. So as Brig, you are thinking whenever you can to stage with the tank. So actually, I need to figure out how to make that. I'm pretty sure Squishy's going to make this jump and then get up top of here. I need to see how to do it again, though.
Yeah, you can. You
Yeah.
go up top. You go from the
Oh,
window
from there?
and
I
jump
could've
down and then
could've
jump
sworn
over.
they could have climbed this, but maybe not.
There might be a way to. I don't know. I'll get on and
Yeah.
try. Let's see.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see on B. So like the idea is one, you as Brig, you're stopping the dive because you can whip shot the monkey out the air and stop him from diving here, so we get to keep the space a lot easier. And then when they do here, Brig gives us the brawl potential, right? So that's like one of your jobs. You're continuously proccing Inspire on your tanks and helping them keep space. But when that space is taken, right, you can fall back to wherever the tanks do fall back, or you can fall back to protecting your support if your support it has a threat to them. So you need to see if they have a threat to them. Like one dive, they have dive, so yes, you're more than likely going to fall back to your support. But then they do have Doom, who will be going after your support. So here the option is to fall back to your support. And then so what you're looking for afterwards, right? And this is the hard part about Brig is you have to exist in that ground of, okay, I got to go. My tanks are on someone. Can I get there and actually provide meaningful value? If you can, you do so, but then you got to keep one eye on their Doom, right, and see where he's at. And if you see he's getting too close to your other support, then you have to back out, right? So you have to have an eye on those sets of people. So we'll see if we can. So like that's what we're thinking about with Brig here. So we'll see if we can spot that. And then Genji, you don't want to be where the attack is going to be necessarily. Like you don't want to stage here, right? Where you are, like where you're at, is in a decent spot. You might as well just be up here if you're going to be this direction. But you want to be off angling to the left or to the right. Just not where the attack's going to be, because you want to poke and you want to farm, and not only that, you want to be a constant threat to their backline. Like you want to position yourself to where the Ana or the support feels like if they cross this line, they are in danger of Genji. So you're not necessarily going after them. You can, absolutely, and you should, especially if your Doom is around, right? That's an easy kill for the two of you. But you want to position in a way to where you're a constant threat to their backline, to where they have to deal with you, or their position is locked. So you're like a sniper in that sense, where you're just holding down a lane. Like you don't really control a sideline, but you control the lane. Like if you're a Genji up here, right? The supports can't safely cross this plane, right? But if the dive goes up top here, you can just sit there and poke the tanks. And if the dive does come, like you're okay to, like you want to get all charge. You want to farm that blade as fast as you can. So you're okay with jumping over here, dashing through the tanks, and then coming over here, right? And then just chilling and doing the same thing, right? So it's kind of what you're looking for with the heroes in this comp. And then Zenyatta. So we talked about a bit before on Watchpoint, where Zenyatta is like what he enables us to do in comp, and which like it allows every comp to do this one thing. It allows every comp to be able to brawl and keep space where they shouldn't, or take space that they shouldn't. So like in Watchpoint, I had alluded to. They had the Ashe Echo, and we had the Sombra Ashe, right? So we can't brute force, brute blocks. If it's just mono a mono, they win. But so we could have opted, instead of the Mercy Ana, we could have run the Ana Zen. And then blue box again. It does like what their BAP would have done, like just allow, it would have guaranteed that that our first dive on blue box would always be successful, because no matter what, we're killing somebody. Like the threat, we always have the threat of killing somebody guaranteed because of the 30%. There's no hero that they could have chosen, like a brawly type of hero, but like in dive, that like not counting like Reaper or something like that. Just no dive hero that they could have chosen that would allow them to stay up there against a Discord Orb. So Discord Orb just gives us that space just because it exists, right? So that's like what you're So that's what you're thinking with well, that's one part of thinking what you're thinking with Zenyatta. So like if they dive here with Zen, we don't have to give this up, because Discord, they can't take this, right? They have to kill our Zen. Like if they want this space, there is just no. They have to put so much and get really lucky. Maybe their ass just pops off and hits a ton of headshots into our Diva's face. Like a lot of things have to happen for them to actually take this. If someone is discorded and we're focusing down a discorded target, like Brig, Monkey, Diva, Genji poking from angles, and then the Discord with also Zen firing. Like it's just no, they don't get to take this HUD. So that's what we're looking for with this comp. Zen allows us to brawl here, where in other places, like if we were to run Mercy or another support, where we could brawl, but like it's with Mercy like we did on Watchpoint, but Zen makes it even stronger. So they come here, so we should be immediately firing a Discord if we can. We can't get him because he's in bubble, that's fine. But we should be looking for a Discord soon. They didn't even really fight. They had no reason to give that up, right? They were winning that fight. Yeah, you can see it reflected more on our Diva, right? Looked like they were focusing Diva. Oracle was feeding, I don't know. But like over time, like the tank, mono the tanks, they were winning that fight because of the jump pack melee damage that they are able to get, right? They are able to dive onto us with the booster, assuming they're doing things right, jump pack melee and booster melee. They should be out DPSing us mono, right? And so Genji, like if you would have seen if you watched this video before, like in the earlier parts, you saw we get their echo because of her being here, right? She doesn't have to be in the fight. You don't have to be here either, and you shouldn't, right? You're going to get tased to death if you're here. So just like you can do the same effectiveness from right here. All right, right here, or back here, just not here. You don't want to be at the point of impact. This is not where you want to be. So yeah, be out of the way here. So yeah, we Nox dies because he's in the back. That has nothing to do with dive. So like essentially, like their dive, that we went out, it failed. But ideally, like it doesn't work anyway, because our Zen is able to find a Discord onto somebody. All right, so they should try again. Discord should be on somebody. Okay, yeah. So
Routing power.
this is
On that
like,
back corner, it's really hard for I can't. I don't know that I can see
yeah,
them. And the bubble was making it hard too.
yeah. No, it's like that's just good monkey play by them and good
Okay.
positioning. I'm sure it's totally by accident, but that's just good positioning by them. Yeah.
No faith in the Valkyries, dude.
No. I've heard their comms. No.
Oh, oof. The Zen cannot get on. I just tried for the last 20 minutes to get Zen up here. Not 20, but 5 minutes of Zen trying to get Zen. And I'm bad with jumps, so
Oh yeah,
you
no,
know,
no, he
take that
can't.
into consideration.
Yeah, no, like Squish. I was thinking if Squishy can make this jump, but no, not everyone can make this jump.
Yeah,
You need Lucio
Zen,
speed
Zen
boost.
can get up to red.
Yeah, you need Lucio speed boost to make this jump. If you're for a non-mobile hero, but Brig can because of Bash.
Yeah,
Brig, Reinhardt, because he can charge. Like, he can actually charge that gap and make it.
that's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, you need to be a semi-mobile hero to make it. But yeah, if you don't have any movement, you need Lucio speed boost to make it.
Also, Brig can punt herself off of the box on the right.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh
just
my
did it.
gosh. You need to make the custom game mode of Brig parkour.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. So Brig's in. This stuff that we see on our screen just can't happen. Like we could see our D.Va is really low here for legitimately no reason, right? Like sure, like not saying you can't not take damage, but you shouldn't be taking like it was just Monkey D.Va, right? Why are we this low kind of deal? It's this damage that just can't happen, especially onto our Genji right here, right? You shouldn't even be up here to be taking this damage because, yeah, Briggs in is low heals, right? So like, don't feed. That's the point of it. Like, if you feed, then you just lose. Yes. But this is stuff like this is all avoidable damage. Like this, you know, that just can't happen. So don't do that because now you're making our Brig have to use armor packs. You're having our Zen cycle orbs, right? When it could be used on or allow someone who's in the fight to stay in the fight longer, instead of having to heal up triage damage. So it shouldn't be used for heals. It should be used to allow someone to win a duel, to stay in a fight longer, right? Because like counter that with like the opposite of that as well. Then you know how do we win? It's Discord. It's 30% damage to 6 people attacking that one target. It doesn't matter about heals. It's 30% damage times 6, right? Like every hero in the game dies. So it's just a matter of not feeding and focusing the discorded target. Like anyone who's discorded just cannot play the game anymore. So that's why just heals just straight up don't matter. It's just a numbers game, and damage, as we can see with the patch, just outdoes heals. All right, so the answer to this is damage. But we're low,
Routing power to
so
lower
that
shield.
focuses issues. Okay, we're still not in a terrible spot. So we don't want to give up HUD if we can. Like it's not the biggest thing. If you're going to dive, then just give it up, right? But because of Discord, we can just reaggress onto them. So it's okay if we have to give up HUD a bit. But the issue is we feed some HP, right? So Genji's out of the fight for a bit. Our Brig wasn't there, which is like fine, like first time, and even I've had to think about this, and now that I'm understanding it more, like I can confidently say Brig should be up there. So like no Inspire heals, so that also attributes to like why we're a bit low. Just no Inspire heals on the tanks that whole time. And then we haven't had a Discord yet. So like all those things, right? So we're not able to really run the comp properly. And so that's why they're able to honestly get this easy advantage over us. Again, like they haven't done anything to earn it. It's just been all us, and that's, you know, it's to be expected. So, but now like hopefully that gives us an idea of what we're looking for in the comp and how to better run it. But given the state that we're in, like it's okay to leave blue. This Doom's feeding, so Discord and kill him. Okay, so you never got discorded, so make sure to discord him.
He did
Yeah.
at the end,
Okay, at the end.
as he died. Yeah, that's why he died.
That's
because
right.
he was low,
Absolutely.
And then he got Discord, and then he just couldn't.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we lose
I
Monkey.
got the. That's it.
Hey, you got the deal, yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, because of the no Inspire heals and everything that happened, right? Or Zen had to cycle an orb to, onto other people, right? Onto our diva, so our monkey couldn't get anything. So like, he just like the lack of heals killed us, yes, but we just weren't in position to do anything about like what we needed to do. So this is more of a failing on me, if anything, of not explaining things more. So like, so at this point, like we are, I know we're down monkey, so we're down one. No, who did we kill? Oh, we killed their damn. Duh. So we're even right now, but remember, we can't do like we're looking. Our win condition is killing a discorded target, right? So, well, our win condition is play slow for Doom to do things, make openings for Genji to be able to find a dash through or to be able to finish off someone, right? Those and then Discord helps both of those win conditions. So play for that. Like that's what we play for. We don't need to be on point. Like we play for like be on point if you can. Like this is fine because their Ashe is in position yet, right? So like no one's pressuring point. So doing what we're doing is fine. But have the idea in your head that we are looking for these discords. We are looking to give Doom an opportunity. Like there's no need to play aggressive. Um, Play slow, let the comp play itself out, right? Find the opportunities and do the thing. And so now, they don't have their monkey, cool, or they don't have their Doom. So a DPS is down, right? But who's naturally going to be a threat? Their other DPS, right? So making sure that we shut down their Ashe is going to be really crucial to this. So like you could if as our Zenyatta and as a comp we should like see their Ashe as a pretty big threat because right she's somebody we physically can't deal with without the proper tools. We don't have our monkey, we just have our she's the most threat if we just leave her alone, right? Because she's a sniper. So we need her gone because we don't want her having free reign on this point. So now realizing that like she's the biggest issue, finding her and discording her and then having someone go on her and kill her is the top priority. Now there's the other priority, right, of the tanks. Like they will absolutely just kill our supports if they get the chance, right? So to deal with Ashe, we only need we can't put all of our resources into going to kill this Ashe, or else we still just lose the fight because they're going to decimate our supports. So we only need one person going on this Ashe, preferably. So that could be the Genji or the D.Va. Either one can go on the Ashe. Doom's sure, but Doom's usually not. It's just not going to be in position to kill the sniper. If he is, then the sniper is probably mispositioned himself. Himself or herself. So here the Ashe is on Hut. If we identify that, the D.Va or the Genji can go take care of it. Sure if both, but just get ready to realize so I don't want to say both can't do it. It's just like the second you two leave, I would imagine Monkey goes and tries to kill our Zen. Like he's just going to go try it, right? Why not? So and if he had bubble, right, it could be like if nothing else he distracts one person, distracts two, right? So like he gets a lot of value out of that jump. He may not get the kill, but he distracts two people, right? So for that time being we're a man down, right? So that's what we want to avoid. But if we can go and kill this Ashe, like the big thing is this Ashe is a threat. She needs to die because she's a sniper. So we need someone on her here. Yeah, like she's free reign, yeah, so she's going to kill her Doom, right? Like that was avoidable if we had gone to, if we had realized where Ashe was and had dealt with her. And now she has free reign on a point, right? So like now she has to, so now we no longer can stay on point because she has to be dealt with or she just kills the whole team because we can't touch her. And that's why we have Brig. Like she can protect Doom or Zen for against majority of the threats. So also be looking like the monkey looks like he wants to dive ours in. So Brig should be seeing that as well. So both supports should be seeing that and get ready to whip shot him out the air.
Not straight towards me.
No, actually straight towards you. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Boom, boom. Yeah, whip shot him. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. TBK is actually a double agent. So yeah, that fight was avoidable for sure. That loss was avoidable.
I put my hands a little bit.
Huh?
When the monkey came flying at me even faster. Put my hands just a little bit. Oh, he's the RV.
Cool. Yep.
Defense point.
Alright.
Objective B.
So just like you can consider this the blue box of Volskaya Point B. Except it's not as important. You can consider this the crates of blue box Point B. You always want to fight for it. You don't want to give them this for free. So yeah, and we have the tool again. We have the Discord, so we have the tools to keep this. So which you guys, if you guys fought for it.
Shoot you down.
So yeah, like being back there poking is fine, Genji. And so make sure when you're dashing, you're not dashing to get to a spot. You want to be dashing to do damage, right? It's in this case, it's a movement cooldown. Like sure there are the times where you dash to get out, sure, but also be looking more so to also dash through targets, multiple targets to charge your blade faster. So you already have blade, sure, but be thinking that's how you want to use your dash. So gave it up for free. So again, Genji, you don't want to really be being with the team because that's the point of that's where they're going to be diving, right? So you want to be away from that damage. So like this is what you want to be doing, poking. So yeah, don't. Yeah. So we'll go over that in your VOD review. So yeah, good job keeping it. So again, they used bomb to clear that space. It got nobody, but like, so you guys hit well from it. But like realize what it made you guys do, right? You see, it made you guys like a lot of you leave, and that's what they want. They could have, if they were more synced, they could have all dove and gone up there at the same time with the bomb and cleared you guys out. But they didn't do it. But, yeah, all this is keeping the space is what we want to do. Like they're having a hard time keeping this, and that's because we have Brig up there, and because we have Zen Discord.
Booster on. Time to raise my DPS. Routing power to forward. Routing power to forward.
Feeling powerful.
So
Alright, I'm back.
there, welcome back. All right, so our Alright, so a couple things can happen here. They decide to they decide to brute force their way in, which with the Doomfist should absolutely never happen. If they want to travel main, you guys engage them right here. Like you guys have a Doomfist, right? Remember that you're playing to set up. You're playing for Doomfist to do a lot of group damage and a lot of single target burst damage is what you're playing for, right? So if they walk through main, all these walls are around. You want to engage them right here, and that just goes for any map with walls around it. Like if you have a Doomfist, you want to engage the spot where you have walls, and because that's where your Doomfist is going to get maximum value. So we let them walk in for free here. We have Rally, we've got Blade, we've got Doomfist around, right? Just the existence of Doomfist. Like there's no way they should be able to just walk like this for free. Alright, so that's like the basic thing of what happens. So now, they decide they want to dive ours in. So one, normally the brig should be back there right now. She can't have, even if you guys were staging up here, she can't have known that they were going to walk main and then just jump ours in. All right. But you could argue. Here's multiple ways we could have played this. If we were all tracking and we knew that they had nano, they're going to go for your Zen. They're going to nano dive your Zen, absolutely 100% of the time. So if we had alt tracked, we could have our brig rotate to the Zen and be prepared to whip shot the monkey, right? Because that's a whip shot you hit out the air 100% of the time because it's completely predicted. Like you see him coming for a long time, and you just kill his nano at that point. He just drops down to the floor. All right. So if we're alt tracking, that's one thing we could do. Another thing we could do. We can let them have ours in, and we kill the rest of their team. It's another thing we could do, and I would argue that's what we should have done. Like if our brig's gonna be here, so like realize what we're positioned to do. We could have just straight up rallied and just run into them at this point, right? This is like rally brig allows you to brawl, so this is a situation where we could have brawled if we wanted to. Just rally in and just kill the team. This is what we could have done and what we should have done here. So just realizing that situation is real. So like we counter dove all the time, which is a fine thing to do, but there are certainly more efficient way. Like we could have done things more efficiently. So that's what we're here to talk about now. So yeah, if they want ours in, realize that they only have 3 people that can realistically go get ours in. So if they commit the resources to go kill one person and leave the rest of the resources behind, yeah, you just say sorry Zen. Right? That's 3 for 1 that they're committing onto our Zen versus getting a 4K or at least a 3K, right? This is a guaranteed 3K. If they're going to commit all those resources onto one target, you just leave your target to die and go kill the rest of their team. So that's what would have been the better play here.
Especially because we have spawns, right?
Especially every trade when you have closest spawns works in your favor. So as long as you're trading at least 1 for 1, you win the fight every time. But we're trading 3 for 1, so you win that fight every time. Yeah, we counter dive, which is fine, and especially since they sent like 2 people. Like that's also if they're just not diving correctly, because this is just bad. Their doom is not even anywhere near ready, so this is just bad. So this is also a fine play. Again, I explained in Watchpoint. You run comps simply to gain so you could run this style to gain some type of advantage. Every comp wants to gain some type of advantage over the other comp. But that's only assuming they're going to give you an advantage. Here, they gave you an advantage. So you just take it. And it doesn't matter what your comp is. You just take the advantage and win. You don't have to fight for your advantage. So you don't have to dive their backline. You just kill this is the definition of throwing. This is what throwing is. Giving the enemy team an advantage that they didn't have to work for. So that's all this is, and this is throwing. So yeah, you don't have to work the comp anymore. You just hold M1 and kill them. So realistically, we could have just only committed rally that fight and just won. So it ended up being a lot nastier than it needed to be, but let's work with the situation we've got. And so we decided to counter dive. Not the worst thing. Yeah, so just make sure to get a Discord on someone before you trance if you can.
Yeah.
This is what we have. Yeah, no, it's fine. This is what we have Zenyatta in the comp to do. Okay. So now, so the subject comes up of who should actually be the ones to counter dive. It can very much depend. So like if we're playing this, what I would call correctly, we would have Brig and Brig in the back already, so that's 1 resource committed to counter diving. But we still need someone who can actually kill the target. So ideally, Genji and Doom are going to be attacking. So that leaves Monkey or D.Va. or Monkey and Diva, but you don't necessarily need both of them, right? Because it's all about value as well. If they're attacking you, you can also just attack them as well. And it's the team that whoever plays protection the best wins, right? Whoever's team is best to set up to catch the dive wins. So what we could do, you could just straight up let the Brig Zen handle themselves if you look at their comp and see, okay, they can't put too many resources into them, into our Zen. Maybe if they're running like double sniper, Monkey Diva, so that means only Monkey and Diva can dive. So you probably don't need anyone else to dive to counter. You probably don't need anybody to counter dive because Brig and Zen can probably hold their own for a decent amount of time. You could always so like at the most in that case, right? Just send the Diva. But if they have more, like if they have a full team, then yes, you're going to have to counter dive, right? Because everyone's there. But here they only can commit Monkey, Diva, Doom. Still, I would say you just commit Diva, and you have your Monkey, Genji, Doom onto their backline. So it's 3v3 everywhere. And because we have our Brig, right? They have Bap Ana. We're going to win that trade if our Brig is properly positioned. So we just win that trade.
They're still running Bapana.
Yeah. It as to no, like their BAP, I imagine gets no value this whole time. Like there's nothing he can do to this comp to help it out whatsoever. So
Weird.
yeah, I don't think they were really thinking. I think they were just playing comfort picks in that scenario. She was telling me their hero pool isn't really big, which mean I don't really get how not. Like even they've been together for so long, they should be able to just play a couple more heroes. I don't know. Unfortunate. So yeah, so like we should have our Genji and Doom with Laverne right now, and just finishing off their team, especially on something like 2CP, where every kill matters, and as long as you're trading, you're going to win the fight. So like it doesn't matter if your backline dies, as long as you kill their backline. If you kill the same number of people they kill, you win the fight. Drawing a fight means you win.
Meteor strike. Thank you.
Alright, so again, we top left is the crates of the crates of Volskaya. Treat it like it. We don't want to give it up, but if they take it, that's fine. But we always want them to have to do something to fight for it.
Time to raise my DPS.
Bob, do something.
So now they're brute forcing their way in. So this is just like if they're going to do this, this is an absolute Doomfist come in. Like this is a Doomfist kill zone, right? If they're main, this is our kill zone as dive if we have a Doomfist. And then Genji, you're around here poking, right? Like our Doomfist Genji, they're going to kill someone here, right? And if they don't, then we just fall back, right? That's fine. But this is absolutely where we want to hit them hard every time. So Genji, Doom, be looking for this, and then so at this point, Brig, this is a decision we have to make as a team, and I'm going to say if you're close to rally, we are playing to win up here because rally just lets us brawl. It lets us stay here for a stupid amount of time. So in that case, like this is a fight where we're thinking we let them kill our Zen because we're just going to kill the rest of their team. We're going to kill all their squishies. They can commit their tanks or whoever they want to kill our Zen, but we're killing 3 of them. We're killing probably one of their DPS, unless both their DPS are flankers. We at least kill their 2 supports. So they spend resources to go kill our 1 Zen, we kill their 2 supports. We're okay with that every time. And that's because you have rally. So if you don't have rally, and if you see them go main, you shield bash back over here, and you run to your Zen. Is how we're going to play this. So like just minor, always be holding gonna say always be holding this left spot right here. That way you can just duck in here when they start to dive. That way you don't, you avoid that jump back melee damage as Zenyatta. So that's how we're going to play this.
Taking off. First victory activated.
And plus that'll probably stop you from getting booped off as well. Now it turns into a scrap, which we proved throughout the whole scrim or whatever that. Well, you're better at scrappy fights than they are.
It wasn't a boob, it was a tactical retreat. Thank you very much.
The tactical retreat of yelling, "Ah, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me!" That's what we do best.
Monkey, 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 monkey,
Monkey,
monkey,
monkey,
monkey,
monkey, monkey,
monkey.
right, monkey, 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 dee 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 dee.
Oh shit, there's a dude.
Right? Where'd he come from? That's after you've been punched into a wall. Where'd he come from?
Is that
Forget-
dude even in the fight, or was he just
right?
waiting for me? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Exactly. So cool. So not too concerned since I've already explained how when we're how we're going to play the Briggs in a bit. Like what I've said for this level applies for any time. Anytime where there's chokes and there's walls, that's where we want to engage with Doom. And if you don't engage, you just fall back. If you have Brig Rally, we're saying let our Zen die. We're killing the supports if they're on the ground, right? If they're mobile supports. If they're Mercy Lucio, you don't do that, right? You just straight up play counter dive because there's no one to kill. You can only counter dive. So you can only peel. That's it. And then yes, and if you don't have rally, you want to look for the signals that tell you to rotate to your Zenyatta. And for the Zen, I would say just wherever it is, be looking to hold in a spot that allows you to be able to reconnect with your Brig when she has to make that decision. So that way you two just meet up sooner.
Okay.
Another reason to
So
hold
playing
this
corner
way.
is better.
Yeah, another reason to hold here is because when she shield bashes across, you two will meet somewhere. You'll be within heal pack range of her when you meet at these corners in this hallway kind of deal.
Okay.
And so just
So should I?
on any map. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, on any map, but on this map in particular, like as they're engaging on top left,
Mhm.
there, I have to
Oh,
wide
peeking
peek
out.
or I can't.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, unless there's a widow, right? So always. Yeah.
Right.
A widow debunks that thought for sure, but yeah. You do have to white peak when they're holding top left, and that's fine.
I'm good.
Just fighting here, they can't take that top because we have our team up there, which is good. Yeah, so like that move, like exactly what TBK did because he sees them come in and he rotates. That's freaking amazing.
I felt safe.
That was freaking amazing, dude. And it was so quick too. All right, I wonder what they're gonna do. Oh, that's what they're gonna do.
Feeling unstoppable.
And do I drop or did I go inside? No, I
Yeah.
cute.
It's fine. So like it feels bad, absolutely, but you were or should have been. I know he had peeked out a bit away from you, but the ideal thing is, yeah. So he's away. So, but ideally you're in heal pack, you're in repair pack sight, right? So you are expect to get 2 repair packs on you. Like I would start playing like that, and if you die, just go back and look at it and see what you and the Brig may have done wrong, or what we didn't anticipate to happen, and we'll just correct it. But that you should expect to be repair packed once or twice, so you should have a bit more survivability than it feels like you do.
Okay.
So just get used to that. So, like, that's what he should be doing. That's what he's looking to do.
Okay.
So Let's play for that. So same deal. We had it's like it's awesome to see the special forces come in and help Barzan, but there's other things we could have done as well. So like Genji and Doom, you guys have got to be focused on attacking their squishies. So like not you guys just are not concerned with peeling. Let's just go ahead and make that a soft rule. You Monkey and Doom are looking to, if they dive, you guys are looking to counter dive. Now again, if they give you an advantage, you straight up take it, and this advantage is sending 1 or 2 people to go kill our Zen. Like, you take that. There's no reason not to just take that, right? It's if they send another DPS with it is where, okay, now that becomes a lot less valuable. Because like there's a lot less defenses, right? If they're going to put 3 people onto our Zen, we kind of just don't care. If they're going to like 1 person, yeah, 3 people onto our Zen, we don't care because we can just assassinate probably 2 of theirs if they're playing like a mobile or immobile support line. Right, like we're okay with that. But if they're committing just 1 person, no, just take that's a free kill with Discord. That's a free kill. So no, you just take that. So that's when like all the counter dives here are fine because they kept sending a Nettled Monkey by himself. So that's what made all of those just fine.
Into the iris.
But so let's look at it in a more ideal fashion, or a what if scenario. Alright, so normally Monkey Diva would both go. Let's see if she tries to go. So she does. Alright, so assume Diva's not there. So they have a Doom who I guess let's just assume is playing bodyguard at the back line. No, like that's just unreasonable. No, like Doom should be going with them. So like I assume Monkey Diva Doom would be the play for them in the future. So there is a Brig Ana Ashe to kill. You guys go on those targets. So just choose one and you guys go on them. So that's 3 people. That's 3 people from them on hour 2, right? That they might kill the Brig, but they absolutely will kill Zen. But it's 3 of our bursty hero who can kill all 3 of them in 1 shot. Of our Genji who can finish anyone below like 50 HP, 40 or 50 HP. And then a Monkey who can haze all 3 at the same time, right? Like that's why this trade is fine, because we have the higher potential to just wipe them no matter what they do. Versus our backline has a chance of surviving. That's why Briggs Zen's so good. They have a chance of straight up surviving, and not like eventually Zen will die over a long period of time, but that's the thing, over a long period of time. If they like play where they are correctly, they can survive for a long time. And not only that, Zen will probably kill one of them. Like Zen will absolutely kill the Monkey if he's there too long. So like our backline is just a lot safer than their backline compared to us having a Doomfist. So that's what we're looking for there. Like sure, things will change in a different DPS lineup, but when you have people like Doomfist and Genji who have like, you know, Genji can kill anyone immediately under 40, and Doom can kill anyone at all. Like he can kill all 3 of their squishies just period, right? So, and he has a lot of AoE with Winston Taze, like they just evaporate, right? So that's why it's just you're better off just playing to counter dive, or not dive, counter dive, but to dive when they dive. We just have the opportunity for us to kill is more guaranteed than their opportunity to kill, and we will kill a lot quicker than they will. So that's why we're gonna play it like that. So so that's going. Now that I've just explained that, that's going to be it, because Like we don't do that for the rest of this scrim, for the rest of this practice, but it helps. It's like there's no point in like going over what else happened. But now that we have a better idea, now that I even have a better idea of how I would like to run this and how it is run. Um, now that I've studied it a bit more.
Maybe you said this already, but if they're running like actual full dive,
Mhm.
it becomes a lot more scary for the Zen because they're throwing at least 3 or 4.
You
at
get
me.
evaporated, yeah. Like not even
Okay.
Brig. Like because of no armor anymore, you don't survive that. So yeah, like but like I said before, that's just you have to counter dive.
Right.
So like at that point, you have Monkey, D.Va, your 2 DPS, also like, or maybe 1 DPS, and the other DPS still goes for it. You trade 1 DPS for 1 support. So like if they just have an Ana, like they're running like Ana Mercy, so Mercy's in there, so it's a 5-man dive, a 5-1 dive as it's called. You would leave 1 DPS to go kill their support, and the rest would counter dive. So like it's scary, but you also have more reinforcements, so it just becomes a mosh pit. Um, yeah, but there's still ways. So like uh, how you would like there's ways you can move as a support. So like um as the 2 supports here, you would like if possible if you had room to maneuver. Unfortunately, 2CP you just don't. But like on an escort or something, if you have room to maneuver, you would have the brig in front. Like the Zen would back out first, and then the brig would be in front of the Zen. So like the brig's taking the damage, but the Zen is orbing the brig. So like she has the constant 30 HPS, and she has her Inspire going off, and she also has Whip Shot to maybe back someone off of her. And then not only that, but because the Zen is farther back, now he's a bit protected because he's a bit more away from the danger, and he's firing discords and volleys at people.
Gotcha.
So like there's a way you also move when you're retreating with double support. Same with Ana Lucia or Ana Zen. So like Ana Zen is kind of weird because you actually have like the Zen in front, so the Ana can just pocket the Zen while he kills everybody. So,
Right, we talked
but yeah,
about
so yeah,
that. Hiccups?
it does become crazy, but yeah, but you also have more help on the way in that case.
Right.
So cool. Yeah, going to end the video there.